Alright, let's take a look at question number 18. It reads, which pair of equations will have negative 1, 2 as a solution? Alright, so before we start this problem, let's go over what that term solution to an equation means, okay? So, something to note concerning solutions to an equation that has two variables. So this is what you want to keep in mind, and it is that an ordered pair so xy representing two numbers is a solution. What we're asked to find in this problem is a solution to to an equation is a solution to an equation if what? If it makes the equation true, if it makes the equation true upon substitution. Okay, so when you substitute those values into the equation and you end up with a true statement, then it's a solution. All right. So another way to say that an ordered pair is a solution is to say, does that ordered pair satisfy the equation? So it satisfies it. Satisfying an equation basically means that when you plug in the variables, the solution into the equation, you end up with a true statement. Okay. All right. So let's start with option 1. So option 1, we have two functions to be satisfied here. Y equals x plus 3 and y equals 2 to the x. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to plug in this ordered pair negative 1, 2 and see if we end up with a true statement. So the solution we are testing is negative 1, 2 for both equations. Okay, so we're going to be subbing here. X, this 1 is going to go into that spot, and then the 2 is going to go into the y spot right there. Same here, the 2 is going to go to that one, and then the negative 1 is going to go to the x. We're going to substitute. Okay, so let's do it. So for the first one, the question is 2 equal to, is it equal to negative 1 plus 3? Is it? Is 2 equal to negative 1 plus 3 is 2? Is 2 equal to 2? Yes. That's good. So it satisfies the first one. How about the second one? And we substitute. The question is 2 equal to 2 to the negative 1? Is it? What is 2 to the negative 1? We use the reciprocal property of exponents, and then we reciprocate 2 into 1 over 2 to the first power. Okay? So is 2 equal to 1 over 2? Is 2 equal to 1/2? The answer is no. So the ordered pair satisfies the first equation, but it does not satisfy the second one. So option 1 is not the answer because negative 1, 2 does not result in a true statement for both. Just the first one, but the second one it failed. Alright, so let's move on to option number 2. We have two functions there. Both of them are linear. So the first one is y equals x minus 1, and the second one is y equals 2x. So the question is, does negative 1, 2 satisfy both equations? Is negative 1, 2 a solution for both equations? I mean the same thing. Alright? Okay, so let's write down the ordered pair that we're working with. So we're working with negative 1, 2, and then negative 1, 2. We're going to plug in the x and the x and the y and the y. So what does that give us? We have, so 2 goes for y. 2 is 2 equal to negative 1 minus 1. What is negative 1 minus 1? Is 2 equal to negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Uh-oh, that is an automatic fail right there. So number 2 is not, negative 1 and 2 is not a solution for number 2 because it doesn't even satisfy the first one. So there's no need to even waste our time checking the second equation because it already failed the first one. Alright, so we keep on going until we get a situation where the ordered pair satisfies both equations. Okay, so for option 3, we have y equals x squared minus 3x minus 2. This is a quadratic trinomial. And a linear function y equals 4x plus 6. So we're going to be plugging in the solution again. The ordered pair, sorry, we don't know if it's a solution yet. We have to substitute and see if it's true or false before we know if it's a solution. Okay, so -1 goes into the x's, bam, bam, and then 2 goes into the y, right there. Same here, so 2 goes into the y, and then the x goes there. So we're going to substitute and see if we end up with a true statement. For the first one, we have, is 2 equal to -1 squared minus 3 times -1 minus 2, is it? Simplify using the order of operations. So if you square -1, you get 1. Minus times minus is a plus. Plus 3 minus 2 is 2 equal to 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. Is 2 equal to 2? Absolutely. The first one is a check. We have to proceed to check the second one. Alright. So if we carry out the substitution, we're going to have is 2 equal to 4 times -1 plus 6, is it? Is 2 equal to, now we use the order of operations, you multiply before you add or subtract, -4 plus 6. Is 2 equal to -4 plus 6 is 2. Is 2 equal to 2? Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Number 3 is good because -1, 2 satisfies both equations or makes both equations true upon substitution, or -1, 2 is a solution to both equations. So the answer is option number 3.